Fat Joe FBA. So let me give you the breakdown real quick, right? So, and yo, Tariq, you my guy. I fuck with you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what's so funny about this FBA movement? You know when they try to box people, like, you know. So here's my thing on FBA. I'll give my whole thing. Yeah, bro, we're all black people. We should celebrate and be inclusive of black immigrants, just like FBA. So FBAs are foundational black Americans, which means you could trace your lineage back to slavery within the United States, okay? Which means your lineage got brought over here by colonizers, damn near, right? Now, obviously, I'm a first generation American, if you don't know. I came over here when I was like 10, right? I was born in Jamaica. Like, my whole lineage is in Jamaica. Now I'm a black guy. Like, me accomplishing my goals, I'm glad to wave the flag of saying I'm a black man doing this in America. For whatever reason, and I don't know if it's because of like this whole like movement to try to get, what do you call it again? Reparations. There's a movement that has separated black people where it's like, all right, man, all you Negroes who are immigrants or first generation or whatever, y'all ain't really black. Or y'all ain't really like part of this real movement. And I'm like, what movement? They're like foundational black Americans. So they have essentially boxed out everybody, like people like me. And I don't really give a fuck, honestly. I think it does hurt black people as a whole when you have, okay, we have black people who are fighting not only oppression, but also trying to, continue to strive and do things to not only promote equality, but to break down barriers. But then you have some people within the black community saying, nah, well, some of y'all we don't give a fuck about because y'all not foundationally black American. And for that, I look at it and I'm like, okay. Now, I mean, I really just don't know what to say. It's like, wait, so some of y'all black people don't want to be cool with our type of black people? Because, I come from Jamaica, which also has a ancestry that's also filled with slavery. It was a colonial, it was a country that has a colonial past. Like, the people that's on our currency in Jamaica, some of them were slaves that fought against and rebelled against slavery. But whatever, I get it. That's not America. These FBA dudes are saying, nah, fuck y'all. Y'all are tethers or y'all are whatever. We only care about like the foundationally black Americans. So for me, I used to think that was like their way of saying if reparations get given out, we shouldn't get none. I don't give a fuck about no reparations, and I don't know any Jamaicans, and I know a lot of Jamaicans who came over here. We're not here saying give us reparations. So if y'all just wanted to have the reparations pot, cool. But whatever. Like, I'm still black, and whether people like Tariq would want to box people like me out the paint, I support him and I love him, and I love people, everybody that's black. There's obviously some traditional traditions that are different. There's some cultural slight differences, but at the end of the day, we also got to think about the macro perspective. When we walk outside, they look at me as black, they look at Tariq as black, right? So I kind of look at it as a little bit divisive, but I'm not gonna knock him because maybe he has a goal, right? Now, what that has turned into is just like, I don't know, it's like really like, it's like classic, I want to call it racism, but it's what happens to make sure that the lower class don't get to fuck with the people in power. The way how you don't get the people who aren't in power to fuck with the people in power, you get them to fight with each other and focus on issues that have to do with each other rather than focus on the class that supposedly has put them there, right? It's like the people who are leading, or who you think are Illuminati, or whoever the people in power in the United States, when it comes to people saying, well, this is unfair, you guys are getting A, B, C, and D. And this is why, I hope I'm not being scatterbrained. I want to be very concise in what I'm saying. But even like this whole thing about the United Health CEO getting killed, the people who are billionaires in this country and the people who with real power never want the people who are poor to focus on them and say, The reason why we're not getting where we need to go is because of them. If that was the case, people would storm Apple, they would storm Amazon, they would the real headquarters, they would attack the people with the real power. But instead, that doesn't happen. You know what happens? Infighting and just divisive shit that never ever boils up to the people with the power. So my theory is that the people with the power need to create division among the people that don't have the power, that they could never band together and come for them. So when I see the FBA shit, it's kind of like little, like, again, brother, if y'all just say, oh, well, if reparations get given out, it should just be given to us, but we're all black people. I'm like, all right, whatever. Bro, I don't think no Jamaicans coming over here like, give us money for slavery in the United States. No. But this FBA movement has turned into, let's separate black people. You're not black enough. You aren't the black person who we represent. And fuck with Tariq a lot, but I can't tell if Tariq is doing that just to create a lane that he completely owns and is completely subservient to his, like, you know, ideas and ideology, or he really, like, that's what he's really standing on, because it doesn't seem to help black people as a whole. Anyway,